And good afternoon. Welcome into the program. My name is Rob Sanders. I'm coming to you from a rainy Columbia, South Carolina. You are not here to hear me talk about the weather, but it is raining. The wife wants to go and hit golf balls later on. It's insane. Yeah. We can't do much in the weather though. Big Barney Ross already over in the chat room. First of all, we have to thank the folks that support the show, including Big Barney Ross and Baylor Man, who is an absolute gentleman and reminds us every day how many days we are away from college football. We are at 45. Big Barney Ross already in the chat room doing what Big Barney Ross does, making us all laugh with random information that is pretty silly. Uh, the the comments about his favorite positions is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. There you go for the folks watching. You win the day, sir. See, here's the problem with something like that. When Big Barney Ross comes in with that quote, I can't rebound from that. I can't entertain you any better than that. You're going to remember this JFK thing all day long that he's talking about. So all this work that I put into this show today, you're not going to give a damn because Big Barney Ross has already hit you in the face with something. But that is the cross that I will bear today, is trying to entertain you a little bit as we get closer and closer to football season. But thank you to those gentlemen for showing up early. So I had some folks send me something, and I wanted to share it with you a little bit. And these are projections from for the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm not picking on Georgia today. Please don't come at me, Georgia fans. I got no problem with you guys. The national champion. We don't argue with hardware here. Here's the thing that's bugging me though, is that you've got folks that are upset by some predictions that were put out there. I'm going to show them to you right now. So it's interesting when you really stop and think about it that these are from what is it? Brad Crawford at 247 Sports. He's got the Bulldogs going 11-1. But he has them losing to Tennessee at home, 34-31. Now, I don't know why Georgia fans are going on. I know on the 247 Sports Board, they were over there losing their gizzards about this. But let's just step back and into the land of reality for a second. There's also something up on the 247 Sports site that is really good. It's called the BCR, Blue Chip Recruits, is what it's called. Georgia has like the fourth highest as far as blue chip recruits in the country, as far as 5 and 4-star players. Now, Kirby Smart has gotten off of the what's the term? He's gotten off of the hey, you can't win the big one thing. Gotten off of that. All right. So you have a championship winning coach. All right. You've got some of the best recruits in the country. You've got great players coming back. And if you listen to the local Georgia apologist, Peg and Megan, he'll tell you that Will Muschamp's the greatest coach ever, and he's just an assistant for you. So why are Georgia fans upset by this? I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. When you look at the rest of his predictions, they seem to be pretty close, in my opinion. I can buy all of those. I think that they're going to beat the holy snot out of Florida. I think that's a little bit of a reach there. But Baylor Man says, don't underestimate Samford. Yeah, with you on that. But looking at the rest of it, they've got you dominating the season. Not sure why Georgia fans, and I've seen a good bit of them, that are really, really upset by this. And to be honest, I'm telling you, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Maybe there's some folks that think that maybe there's a player or two that is missing from that defense, that the offense is going to have to carry some games, and you're not very confident in your national championship winning quarterback. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. What I do know is that champions don't care. That's my advice to you Georgia fans. You can literally look up at the scoreboard and you can say to them, we're the defending national champion. Until someone unseats us, why don't you get a glass of shut the hell up? And I know that sounds like I'm crazy and silly, but it's true. Can't go around arguing with hardware, especially when the team that's got hardware has a championship winning coach and their blue chip recruit number has them like one of the top 5 in the country. And the way their schedule sets up, they should be solid. I think it would be one of the biggest upsets of the year if Tennessee went into Georgia and won that game. I could halfway buy it if it was like, you know what? They're going to go up to Knoxville and eh, maybe they'll get caught up in Knoxville. I could halfway see that. All right, maybe something happens. It's a noon kickoff. You know, the whole thing that everyone tells you. Oh, we're going to get there early. And yeah, that's something that'll bug them. And maybe they won't be too maybe they're looking down after having to play Florida the week before, and they're kind of jacked up on that. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. In the end, though, I don't see where Georgia loses that game. But anyway, we're going to take calls on that and the rest of Brad Crawford's picks here at 803 470 2905. 803 470 2905. I don't understand why Georgia fans are upset. And I could cut and paste some of the stuff that's there. Okay. I don't want to put all of you out there. I don't want to put all of you out there. Here are some of the comments. Stewart says, losing to Tennessee at home doesn't make sense. Look, I'm not saying that it does. I'm just saying as of right now, you guys are as far as Georgia goes, the world is your oyster right now, basically. Until somebody knocks you off. If we go game by game, do you think that's the one game that you have the potential to lose? I don't get it. Losing at home? Get the hell out of here. I'm just not buying it. All right, 803 470 2905. 803 470 2905. The phone lines are now open and ready for you at 803 470 2905. As we'll take calls this afternoon on this. Steve Spurrier is not coaching anymore, but he said something that's going to anger some folks. We'll get into that in a moment. But I want to give you an opportunity to jump in on the program. 803 470 2905. 803 470 2905. Quickly here, what the old ball coach said. He told USA Today that Clemson has long been an SEC team in his profile. Here's the quote. When I coached at Duke, well, we'll get back to that. Hold on, let's go to the phones first because the people are important. Welcome into the program. Good afternoon.
Hey,
Hello.
it's Big Barney Ross. I've got a
What's up?
question for you that I think you can answer this. Now, when I was growing up, you had two choices: newspaper, magazine. And that magazine said sports, and the newspaper had sports column. Now, today, which source do you find credible? Because I've read like Tennessee, and I'm not just picking on Tennessee, like, they had Kentucky as having the best running back room, which, I know that's false. As a sports fan listening today, in the age of the lawyer and the computer and the World Wide Web, what source can a guy or girl follow and say, you know what, next year I'm going to use that source and follow that because they're pretty close? I'll get off here and listen to your response.
All right. Well, thank you, Big Barney Ross. You can look at numbers one guy that puts his number out there is Phil Steele. 86% of the teams that are in his top 40 make a bowl game. That's at least he's putting his numbers out there. A lot of people don't. A lot of people will run their mouths and talk about, oh, we're this and we're that, and I believe this and I believe that, and then it comes back in the end, and they people don't hold them accountable. The my favorite people are the people that they'll create stuff, content, whatever it is you want to call it. Okay, but they'll come at you and they'll be like, they'll put something out there like, I believe this. And then they'll get backlash from fans, and then they start blocking people. They want to live in a vacuum. You can't do that. You just can't do that. All right. Anyway, back to what Steve Spurrier said about Clemson. He said, when I coached at Duke, Clemson was actually like an SEC school in the ACC. That was before FSU, Syracuse, Virginia Tech joined the conference. When you played Clemson, they looked like SEC guys. Yeah, there's that too. So the old ball coach out there throwing some stuff down. Thanks to Peg and Megan there for the super chat. You're awesome, sir. All right. Anyway, Papa B is right. Big 12 Media Days start tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm not, I mean, are we getting jacked about the Big 12? We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. Kirby's Visor says, this ain't your 2019 Georgia team. Hate to break it to y'all Vols. You're going to get your hopes up and let down like oh my goodness. That's over the top there, Kirby's Visor, but I get where you're coming from, sir. I get where you're coming from. I don't understand though why there are some Georgia fans that are upset. Now, the other thing is Tennessee fans that get upset when I call their offense a gimmick offense. It is a gimmick offense. It's just a term that I use. It can be effective. I mean, it can be effective. All right. Gimmicks can sometimes work. But in the end, all right. So for some reason, you're exactly right. It is storming where I'm at. I'm having to. I'm having to. For some reason, my internet is acting silly. I'm looking at my box over there, and it looks like it's. Looks like it's. I don't know what it's doing, but it is raining a little bit here, and I'm gonna have to stream to you from my phone here for a moment until we can figure out what the deal is with the internet. I'm trying to run like a screen protect a stream test to see what the heck is going on here. So anyway, we'll do the best that we can here. Anyway, for some reason, I can't. I'm just going to restart the whole computer. We'll see if that does the trick. It's like I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you, but maybe that'll help us out. All right. Anyway, Jay says to clear the porn history. Jay, that's not nice. Anyway, 803-470. Actually, I can't take calls. So that's fine. Hold on. We're just going to restart and hopefully things will square itself away here. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for the super chats. Big Barney Ross, you're awesome. And Big Barney Ross, it's always sunny in Lexington, always raining on South Carolina. Well, that could be true. But hey, once again, Georgia fans, just be happy with what you got. It's kind of my big thing coming into today. You are the defending national champion. You can wear that badge for a little bit. You really can. You gotta just be happy with that. All right, that's the big thing today that I wanted to put out there. And Tennessee fans, man, I know some of y'all are happy, man. Some of y'all are happy, and you're thinking, man, maybe we got a shot. What somebody said earlier, upsets happen. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But deep down in your soul, there, Tennessee fans, deep down, if you're being realistic, and that's the big thing here, is being realistic. Do you think that there is a good chance that you can win that Georgia game? Can you go in there and take care of business when it comes to uh, beating Tennessee, beating Georgia on the road? I mean, do you really believe that? All right. Anyway, 803. I'll have the phones back up in a second. I think I can get back into the studio now. Let's see how that works out for me. As we roll along here, let me reboot this. Hold on, please, because I want to take your calls today, obviously. And let's. All right, now that should be good to go. Sorry about that. Now you should be good. That's that better, hopefully. The whole internet dropping thing throws everything off. We're good to go now. I think you should be good. Yes, no, maybe. Says I should be streaming now. Hey, you can hear. Great. Good. That's all that matters. I am putting audio to you according to my board here. There we go. And the phones are working now. 803-470-2905. Welcome into the program. Good afternoon. Go. Hello. Hello. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. What's the deal, man? All right, so yeah, what's going on here? I don't know what the deal is. You should be able to the technical stuff gets me after a minute. Hold on a second here. Let me reboot the phone system here. No, 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 no. When the uh when the things go amok, that's what happens. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try. This is really frustrating because when the internet goes down, it throws everything off. So let me see here. Calling in myself. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try one more time. As I'm trying to get the phones fixed up here, so bear with me a second. Goodness gracious, man. What the heck happens to like everything goes amuck here and then things get silly. Hold on just a second. Here, reboot this. There we go. Let's see if that does the trick. I am sorry that this is happening, but if I get it correct, everything will be fine. Bear with me just a second. Oh, man. The things that happen when technology fails kind of sucks, to be honest with you. All right, so there, that's working. That's working. Uh, let's try this. Yo, 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 yo. My microphone, is it not working here? What is going on? Let's try that. Ah, goodness gracious. And now everything's just being silly. Hold on just a second. Is that it? Yep, yep, yep. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, this is starting to be bugging me, man, with the stuff that's going on here. I don't get it. It should just be working. Check 1 2, check 1 2. As it looks like everything's right. I've got everything correct here. And everything looks like it's correct. I mean, like, anyway, let's try this. See if this is going to see if my sounds are working. It's like, what the heck is going on with all my sounds now? See if virtual Kale is working. No. Damn it. All right. Bear with me a second. Let me do one thing really quick here. I know, right? It's a mess. It's insane how sometimes some of this stuff just acts really, really dumb and it just doesn't work. And I don't understand why. What a mess. As I can't seem to get my stuff together here, I don't understand why everything goes to Guinea sometimes. It's kind of the way that it is. Oh, goodness. Let's do this. Let's do one more thing here. All right, so you guys can actually still hear me over there, right? Yeah. Shane Beamer hacking me. That's true too. All right, anyway, let's see here. Nope. All right. Bear with me 1 second. Let's try this. All right, now there we go. It should be better now. All right, so yeah, it looks like I mean I can play my sounds. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's that virtual Kale helping me out.
Vote for life. Fuck it. Fuck it.
So now the phone line should be good to go. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. As virtual Kale helping me out with the I get really, really mad when rain and shit starts messing with me. Virtual Kale, come on, man.
What's going on, motherfuckers?
Yeah, virtual Kale helping us out. today on the program. All right. Anyway, Kirby says he's expressing his my freedom of speech with Rob like very much as a fellow American does. Okay. Hey, man, do your thing. All right. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Is it confirmed Tennessee picked its colors while baby feeding sweet potatoes? Okay. Only Kentucky fans will get golf balls at Kroger, sir. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, 803-470-2905. The phone lines are working. I'm going to even try. I'm like, just to be sure, I'm going to call myself just to make sure. So there's that. Let's see here. 470. Like I'm working this out while we're on the air today, and that's fine. There you go. The phones are working. So there you go. If you want to call, call 803-470-2905. Only Kentucky fans will get golf balls at Kroger. Okay. Do they sell golf balls at Kroger? I don't even know about that. So there's that. All right. Anyway, do you agree with what Coach Spurrier said that Clemson is like an SEC team? Take calls on that too. And of course, in the mix with the stuff where Brad Crawford thinks that Georgia is going to lose at home to Tennessee. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905 is the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program this afternoon. Big Barney Ross says the Krogers here are trash. Krogers in general are trash. Are you talking about your field? What are you talking about, Big Barney Ross? Why'd you guys let Kroger sponsor your field? What a mess. It is funny with what was it? The KFC Yum Center is where where basketball's played at Louisville. Yeah, there's that. Big Barney Ross says Tennessee will not beat Georgia. Kentucky will not beat Georgia. Looking at their schedule, I don't see where anyone's going to get to Georgia this season. I think it's more likely if you're telling me, Rob, there's going to be a loss on the schedule for Georgia, and you're telling me to pick one, I'd take one of the road games. Those make a little more sense. I don't think many people are going to go into Athens and win. So there's that. Papa B wants to know if I'm going to go to a high school game this year. I might. I like some high school games. Why not? We could do some of that. Go catch some high school games. I'm right down the street from Spring Valley, which is where my wife went to high school. But my kids go to Ridgeview. So I might go watch some Ridgeview games. Speaking of Ridgeview, that's where Gigi Jackson was. And yeah, so it's not that far down the road, but we'll see. Brandon Kuhn goes, you go to the Clinton games. Brandon goes to every single Clinton game. Clinton could be horse poo, and Brandon's going to those games. It's just the way that it is. All right, 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Restraining order thing. I got nothing on me, dude. You're barking up the wrong tree here, man. I got nothing on that. Are you talking about for you, Jay, or me? I can go anywhere I want to go. All right, anyway, back to what we were talking about with Georgia. Georgia fans, you should just laugh. I wouldn't even generate a conversation with some of these folks. Just let them talk. Let them talk. MSU is always a chore. Stark Vegas in the middle of nowhere. Harry Legg is correct. We'll highlight that comment for a minute. Yeah. There we go. Stephen A says Pickens alum here. We lost to Clinton in the playoffs in like 07 or 08. Jay says I'm in a Dabo clan. What are you talking about, Jay? I think Jay has to compartmentalize everyone. We're going to put you in this box. That's not the way that it is. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That's the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program. We are doing a Rob and Kale show tonight We're going to look at, I don't know what we're going to do yet. Jackpot and I will figure that out as we roll along. Elijah, coming off the top rope, says Spencer Rattler won't do anything with that poverty O line. Wow. That's tough, brother. Tough. I mean, Brandon with the facts of South Carolina and Tennessee. That series is 8-8 since 2005. Yeah, he's right. They've been very, very close. Very, very close. Big Barney Ross, by the way, not very high on his Wildcats, saying they're going to have problems with Northern Illinois. Maybe you just remember last year where they had problems with the snake. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting season as we get closer and closer. You know, I've decided too that unless some team actually does do something in as far as the expansion goes, I'm not going to talk anymore about expansion. I want to actually talk about the football season that's coming up this year. I think that's the most important thing. We can sit around and daydream about what Notre Dame's going to do and what Louisville's going to do and what this team's going to do and what that team's going to do. And you know what? In the end, none of that matters. Just doesn't matter. All that matters is the season that's ahead of us. Okay? So let's focus on that. I mean, are you tired of hearing about expansion? Because it's not really going to affect your team this year. Hell, even Oklahoma and Texas, they're members of the SEC, but they're not in the conference yet. They're not. We should be more focused on SEC Media Days kicking off next week, ACC kickoff next week. The Big 12 has their kickoff to. I can't care about the Big 12. I like Baylor because of Baylor, man, and the fact that they've got the Bears in the middle of the campus. The rest of the conference can go pound sand. Daddy-O says, yeah, I'm burned out on what if expansion. Yeah, I'd much rather talk about having this stuff here. And I mean, we can look at the Georgia schedule and say, you know what, if they're going to lose a game, is it going to be Tennessee? You'd have a better chance of me believing more that it could be South Carolina than Tennessee. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Rob's in the closers for. No, I just think that at home is a big deal. At home is a big deal. Elijah Allen, once again, jumping off the top rope. I'd rather have a fry cook head coach than used car salesman Derek Dooley 2.0 Shane Beamer. Sir, are you comparing Shane Beamer to Derek Dooley? Are you really saying that Shane Beamer is Derek Dooley? Wow. I mean, that's rich, my friend. That is rich. Jay says, meet up for SEC Media Days. You can crash downstairs and save on a hotel. I don't know, man. I might do that. I don't know. I know I'm going to Charlotte because I've already gotten credentialed for Charlotte. And I've got credentials for Atlanta too. I just haven't had it in the mix yet. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. Final call for calls 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. SEC Media Days is like, there are so many people there. It's like a circus, man. It really is. Cody says Dooley and Beamer had the same first year records, so they're comparable so far. Brother, I'm not even trying to put Beamer into the same ilk as Dooley. Dooley was a walking pile of you know what. All right, Big Barney Ross says home field is tremendous. It's all fun and games until you come to Kroger's and get a wobble wheel cart. Damn it, Big Barney Ross. Oh goodness. I wonder too, by the way, who is going to piss off the fine folks? Who's going to piss off Nick Saban? He's going to get some dumbass question. He's got to dress down some dumb reporter. It's going to happen. It's pretty much at every SEC media days. We'll see how that goes. All right. As always, I appreciate you guys for taking care of the show. The number there. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the internet dropping on us. That was bad. But you can support the show on PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Appreciate guys throwing me lunch money over there. You guys are awesome on that. And Jackpot and I'll be back at it tonight. I want you Tennessee fans to come tonight and say the same shit you said to me to Carolina Jackpot tonight. Not that I want to piss Jackpot off, but I want him to have the get the vibe of what some people think of him. Of not of him, but of Shane Beamer. You guys are calling him Derek Dooley 2.0. Get the hell out of here. Make sure you come back tonight with that because we'll get Jackpot's response to that. I mean, I can defend Shane Beamer to an extent, but that's Jackpot's coach, man. We'll see on that. All right. As always, appreciate you guys for watching the show. We'll talk to you later on.